The How to be Innovative tool sits in the Thought Leadership Toolkit, and it's a very popular tool with a lot of leaders. I think there's an expectation on a lot of leaders to think differently, and yet a lot of the leaders that we work with will talk about struggling with that, they don't see themselves as being particularly innovative, maybe building on others' ideas but not their own. So we developed this tool, in fact, with a global recruitment business to help the recruiters who had been through a process of being promoted on the basis of results alone to suddenly think that bit differently, to think a little more strategically, long term, and to bring some fresh thinking into the way that they work. So the How to be Innovative tool, which sits in the Thought Leadership, it's the second tool in the Thought Leadership book, helps the leader to think that bit differently. So often we talk about lateral thinking, or how many different uses for a house brick can you think of? What we wanted to do here was give leaders better questions to ask. So the tool focuses in particular around 5 key questioning areas. And those are questions around purpose. So why are we doing this? Comparisons and viewpoints. So if we were to compare this with something else, what would it look like? If I looked at this from a different angle, what might I see? It also talks about problems and checks. So what are the specific problems that might be solved by addressing this? And how would we check that it's working? And that process of questions, we give different perspectives. That process of questioning is tremendously useful. And you'll see a lot of very senior leaders using those in executive board environments to get the best out of different situations. And we find that these alone are a great starting point for thinking differently, thinking innovatively about the problems that leaders face.